disregard
What do you mean
the
disregard?
weight of the context of biblical verses and things like that. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I
And
think
being
there's
moderate
already
means
so much of it that they ignore. Like they're already ignoring a big chunk of it.
just because it can be taken literally into the context of killing gays would pretty
Yeah,
much indicate, as a moderate standard, that
but
homosexuality
there's a
within
lot of other things that are
Christianity isn't
totally
accepted.
in the Bible that
Yeah,
Christians don't care about either. So it's like
that's something
it's
that Dan should think about. I'm saying. So like at a moderate level, I would say homosexuality biblically isn't accepted. If contextually it can be taken to kill gays, like Bulldog was saying, right? So with all that knowledge, like I would take that information and just like not be a Christian if I was gay, pretty much, because
well,
it
that's what
just
I would do.
you can't be both, right? You
I
know
mean,
that, like yeah, you
I
can't
would
have your
say,
cake and eat it.
yeah, I would say I agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
Hey, one thing I've noticed, Jake, some people have posted fucking videos of the gays over in Saudi Arabia, like or anywhere over in the Middle East, where they take them up a building, blindfold them, tie their hands behind the back,
Actually,
and
what usually happens is they have a crane that goes around.
It depends
no,
which country. Iran's a country that uses the crane to hang gays. That's what they do.
they hang them, do they? Because I've seen, I don't know what country I don't know if it's Syria or fucking Iraq,
Syria,
Iran.
it'd be Syria. Saudi
I,
Arabia just beheads.
Well, put it this way. What my point was is like I've seen them do it, and they push them off the building and they film it and they fall to the ground. And it seems to be, I don't know, like 5 stories high or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Fucking 2 stories high, you'd probably die anyway. What I was wondering is there should be, I don't know what country, because, if they're both fucking each other, they're both gay, two people get pushed off at the same fucking time. Like him and his fucking boyfriend. It's like I only see one at a time. I was just wondering, like, I wonder why that is. There should be two of them every time.
Because they're reading them their last rites, most probably, and telling them what their sentence is for. And it's probably individual,
Yeah,
not
All right,
mass. So.
push him
so
off on
that's
Monday.
sad.
Push
Is
the
like
other
there's this
one on
like,
Tuesday.
but there's
Yeah,
like
have
a
you noticed
system.
that's why they don't kill more than one at a time, Muslims? Have you noticed that? Have you
It's
noticed how they won't kill more than one at a time? They'll just do individual, then next
Oh,
one, next one.
all
Yeah,
right. So
that's
they
why.
keep going
honestly,
another.
honestly, like I think that makes it more scary because now I'm thinking of it as this much more like institutional, like well-grounded, well-established thing. That it
Yeah,
has
so
its own rules and parameters that go around it. You're read your
yeah,
rights, and then you're fucking
before they
strung up.
execute them, they would be saying, to each one, and they want to get the blessing from each one, not as a group. So they'd be like, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and chuck him off. Khalas, chuck him off. Next one. Next one, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, behead him. Next one. That's
Yeah,
what they do. And
so they got enough to keep going through the whole week. Yeah, I got you. Spread it out. So
Well, it's
let's
more
say,
they
like
want to spread
yeah,
it out.
so if
They
they
want to
found,
see. This is the thing. I've got to say one thing about Muslims, man. When they do this, right? They want to, they deconstruct everything, every event to get the most blessings Islamically. So, and they deconstruct it before they do it. So, for example, offering you food. They already know that if they offer you food, they get hasanat, which is like good blessings Islamically, right? So they will be offering you food. They would know this, and they'll be offering you everything to get the most Islamic level. You know what I mean? It's like playing a video game trying to reach level 99 Islam.
oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
And it's the same with executions too, man. If they're gonna, yeah, man. Yeah.
I'll let you know when fucking Seth Andrew posts his first video.
yeah,
Jake, I'll send you the fucking link so you can watch it.
sure.
I just hope it's a fucking good one to start off with. You know what I mean? Like, and he tries to be funny.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you had some fucking woman on there. She's an ex-Muslim. She blew the whistle. She blew the whistle.
I've blown the whistle on them, bro. I'm telling you from the inside, man. All the shit that they do. I know all the dark shit.
No.
The deep web
I was
Islamic
going to say
shit.
something. I wanted to say something.
She was married to one of. You know, it's different. You know, it's different to you to say, "Oh, I've been in a fucking Muslim fucking mosque and fucking I saw this, this, and this." She lived it and breathed it. She married one of them. She's got kids to him. And
yeah, I had a
she's going to
Islamic
be
marriage,
fucking,
bro.
her life's on the line. Her life is on the fucking line.
Trolling.
No.
I was going to say, like, I think maybe me and you, like, a long time ago, probably, kind of like when I first started kind of coming in here a lot, we talked about, like, kind of Islam and, like, I guess the cultural impact it has and, like, the supposed threats that it has on Europe and all this. And, like, I feel like my position on this has changed really drastically within the span of, like, 6 months. But kind of like, you know what I mean? Like this supposed kind of threat that Islam faces the West, or like the West is in danger.
They're not a threat.
They are fucking. They fucking are. That's the thing. They fucking are a threat. If they weren't a fucking threat, right? I'll tell you how much of a fucking threat they were. You know when they left fucking Syria and they went to fucking, I think it was Germany. Oh, that's it. Yeah, they went to fucking Germany and they all pleaded. They all said, "Oh, we're all fucking refugees." And it's like, oh, okay, we're escaping all of this, leave us alone. We're trying to get away from it. The fucking first week, the fucking first few days they were there, they were raping people. So,
I know.
Raping people, and all their rape meter went off the radar. Right. They had more rapes in 1 week than they had in the whole fucking.
This is my take on that, man. Right, honest to God, you've got to understand that with Syrians in particular, like Lebanese, right? They're more Muslim by name, less practice. So they're about. I'll give it ratios, man, per country. So in Syria, they're about 40% religious and 60% by name. So yeah, they'll go to the mosque on Friday. Where in Lebanon they won't do that. You know what I mean? So kind of thing. Not many do, sort of thing.
Is that like a pupil that you're kind of saying, or what?
Yeah, they're just like, really, man, heaps of Syrian chicks walk around in Syria with no hijab on, man. Like, that's pretty common. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can tell you stories from before the war, what it was like, man. Fuck, it was like...
Yo, Sugar, how you doing?
I don't know how to explain it to you, man. You get ones with hijab, some we don't. Nothing happens to the ones that don't.
Yeah.
They're not religious clerics walking around.
I was gonna say, like, I would say, like, I've always thought that the idea that, like, they were gonna, like, there was this idea kind of floating around that, like, any day now London's gonna be in Sharia law. Like, a lot of people were making those kind of claims, and like that's clearly kind of bullshit. Obviously, that's not true. Obviously, that can't be true.
So with the refugees, like what I was saying, you might take.
What were you saying? Are you there?
He's bombed out.
Oh, okay.
Got battery problems, more than likely.
Yeah. Well, he'll be back. But like, I guess me and you can talk about it. Obviously, I can't. I was gonna say that there's these statistics that came out about statistics that came out regarding like what Muslims think of homosexuality, and they were interviewing British Muslims, right? And I think they asked how many of them thought that gay marriage should be a thing, and they literally got 0% on their poll. You know what I mean? Out of every British Muslim that they had polled, right? So then they
But-
thought, okay, well, let's do a more comprehensive poll. They did this more comprehensive poll, right? And they asked some other questions to them as well. And one of the questions was, do you think homosexuality should be a crime? And it was 52% that thought that homosexuality should be a crime. And they
I
literally
saw
got
that poll. It was about
0%
6
on
months
their
ago.
poll. You know what I mean?
But
Out
man,
of
that's
every crazy, right? British Muslim that they had
See,
polled, right?
look, man,
So
those
then they thought,
refugees,
okay,
right?
well, let's do a more comprehensive
They're
poll.
just
They
like
did this more.
war displaced people that kind of that are just normal. Like, if you want to know, they're not religious. They're not extremists. They're not none of it, man. You know,
Okay.
you're gonna get people in there that have killed you, but like they would have been more either in the FSA, right, or FSA aligned, like Free Syrian Army, which is fair enough, man. It's fucking, that war is tragic, man. Like, there's so many people, man, that have just fucking didn't deserve to be killed in that war. I even know, and it's just fucked, man.
I've definitely always felt
Yeah.
like I would say more of a compassionate feel towards these people than like an anger. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, like people will fucking, they don't, people
like
there.
I think they definitely have been like marginalized and kind of misrepresented and kind of
Dude, I wish
discriminated
people knew
against.
how good, you can understand this, right? Syrians are the best people I've ever met in the entire fucking planet. I'm not joking when I say this. No one comes close to their hospitality, bro. No one comes close to their kind. Like, I'm telling you, man, they fucking will take you in. Like, they're mad. They're really cool. They're good. Like, and they're people that I know, like, that are like FSA kind of people that would be aligned with them, and they're good. They're fucking hard.
Yeah, the
Got big
Free Syrian
hearts. Do
Army.
you know what I mean? All that sort of thing.
I've
They're really
always,
nice people, man.
even like within the Syrian conflict, like I've always had sympathy for the Free Syrian Army and seeing, you know, their videos. Like I would listen to them talk. You know what I mean? Like videos of them talking. Like a lot of them did vlogs and shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Like a lot of people in the Free Syrian Army do like active vlogs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. They do. I've
And
been watching and watching a lot. There's this one
I
story
watched
I
those and
remember, man.
it's really great. Like they are very good
There's
people.
there's this old man. I forget what he did. He always dressed in yellow. They called him the Yellow Man, right?
Mm.
And I don't know if he used to whistle like a bird or do something. He had some gimmick thing, whatever. And he was famous. He was on CNN and everything. He used to sit in his village and just, like, you know, people would give him money and he'd do his act or whatever. I remember fucking when that war started, you know, in the beginning, you'd have like the FSA, but you'd have like these fucking gangs of Islamic youth in like Salafists, you know what I mean? That would just be running around. Salafists are the ones with the shaved heads and the big long beards, right? You know, those ones. And fucking, they were running around and they grabbed that guy, old guy, and they were just harassing him, man. They ended up executing him, like you see it on video, and I thought that was really sad because he was such a sweet, nice old man, and he just didn't do anything wrong, you know. And they knew who he was, and they said what he was doing was haram, and fucking they executed him. I thought that was pretty far.
Yeah.
And that one of that young kid just like begging for his life, and they just shoot him.
Yeah,
I thought,
like
fuck.
I feel like a lot of them are good people. Although like
Yeah.
but I will say that a lot of them have very extreme views. And having really extreme views doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. Like I've known people with extreme views that have, you know, have
In other words, what you're trying to say, they're good people gone bad.
not
There are-
good people. I
there
think
are,
people. What?
I don't know how to explain it to you, Bulldog. I reckon it's like this. This is, I'm serious. There are, when situations like that happen when there's war, you get people who there was a saying they said in World War II about the Bavarians. They said they've never seen so many good family men turn into such barbarians so quickly, and that's because when the law is taken away and you don't have that thing and you're in that situation, people change, man. You know, I reckon that's irregardless of fucking where you are, man, or what circumstance, that will happen. You
I have a
know, if that was
question.
to happen today in Dandenong North, I'm sure the fucking first thing you would see is youth gangs walking around with guns in a war situation doing the same fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Trolling. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like, I think you're very. I can tell that you're like really informed, like, on the topic of all this shit and the history of all of it too. And I'm just wondering, like, what resources did you use to kind of find this information out and like to be so well versed in it? You know.
All my experience, man, with things like the Syrian thing, that's
Oh, but I'm
just
saying
me,
that.
my personal
But have you like
experience,
read?
right?
Have you read like any like? Did you read shit or whatever about it?
Uh, I can get. I've seen a lot of videos and stuff like from the FSA fighters, but I know this stuff anyway. I know this stuff anyway, man. Like I know,
But how did you know? Like, where
I
did you
already know
learn?
what
Did you?
Once you know what the politics are in the Middle East,
But I'm
like,
saying, how did you find out about the politics? How did you learn about the politics in the Middle East?
oh, in the beginning, I guess, well, I was a Muslim at one stage, man, as well. So I kind of went to them, you know, and I learnt about the Ba'athist parties, how they formed. You know, the Ba'athist party being like Saddam Hussein, al-Assad of Syria. He's a Ba'athist. You know, his dad Hafiz was a Ba'athist.
So you learned about these things when
Jordan.
you were a Muslim, and like you
Yeah, Ba'athist party. You have to, yeah, and then you learn because they teach you that because they say, look, you know, because when you're a Muslim, that's your primary thing only. Politics and everything else comes second. These guys aren't really Muslim. This guy is a Ba'athist, and this is his religion. And no. You learn all the rhetoric, you
So
know.
I'm
But
saying like,
I knew this, but
but so
I grew
people
up
who
as well, man, in like knowing Middle Eastern shit. Anyway, let's just say that. Like, do you know what I mean? So
uh
yeah, I knew
I'm
anyway,
just
man.
saying
So
like
I know the politics, man.
I would definitely like to learn the politics a little bit more and be more well informed on it because it seems like such an interesting and
It
very
is,
like
man.
very relevant topic in regards
But
to
the most intricate out of all of them is probably Lebanon
uh-huh.
because that's pretty spun out. That spins me out, man. Because you've got so many religions, man, in this little tiny fucking country, right? And so they've had civil war, right, for years and years and years and years and years. So they thought, how the fuck are we going to end this, man? Because this is not going to stop, right?
Uh-huh.
And more than half the country was killed in the civil war, you know, and then
Um,
half of the rest fled. So they've had to rebuild, and they just go, how the fuck, what do we do? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get one from every religion in politics, and we'll make one the leader every 2 years or 4 years or whatever. And then we'll
mhm.
swap it to another one. And so everyone gets a fair say. You know what I mean? And they've done that ever since. So
So like
the leader, I don't know who he is currently, but he'll be like, say, Christian. And the next one will be a Muslim, Shia. And then the one after that will be a Catholic, Maronite. And the one after that will be a Sunni. And then the
that's
one
fucking
after that
crazy.
will be a Druzi, like a Druze. And then the one after
Yeah.
that will be an Alawi. And then the one after that will be another Christian. And that's how they do these rounds, man, right?
Yeah.
And they stopped war. Now the country's starting to progress, fucking finally. You know, so they've
That's
come
fucking
past it.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I was gonna say, one of the things that I've always been told, well, by my boyfriend. My boyfriend is like he's really in the geopolitics. It's like what he's studying right
Right.
now.
What
So
is
he's
geopolitics, Jake? Define it.
geopolitics.
Define it.
It's like politics not regarding. It's basically politics not regarding like domestic issues, like oh, what's going on in the country. It's like
Nah, nah,
politics.
nah. That's not what geopolitics is. Geography, geopolitical. Okay, that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Geography, taking over land. What does it have to do with what you're talking about?
No, it's not. It's not about taking over land. It's about like, well, what's the like who's allied with who? Fucking like which group
See, I'll
like,
tell you things like this, right? You won't even know. I don't think you can even Google this because you have to been there. But you know how Israel takes land, right? And how Israel grows. What they do,
yeah,
this is
they
how it works,
send out
right?
these
I'll tell
fucking
you how it works.
settlers, right?
So I know
Hold
people.
on a second. Geopolitics has to do with how territory influences decisions that are made about foreign policy. It has nothing to do with what you're talking about.
Well, no, you don't. What the fuck do you think I was talking about?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think I was talking about? I know what I'm fucking talking about.
So
Go ahead.
this is what they do, right? So I know like people who own farms in the south of Lebanon on the Israeli border, right? The Shia.
Mhm.
And what they do is, Israel announces, "Oh, we're going to be taking a little bit more of this land up here," and they do a deal with the Lebanese government, and they go fuck, and so the people there try and rush and sell their land, what's left, and yeah, so that happens quite often, and that they inch it out Israel. You know what I mean? Their land by doing that, but they don't really. I don't think they've taken much more from the south of Lebanon, man. But they do
One of
it.
the
They just
things,
basically inch it a few meters, man,
one of the
every
things
year.
that I was told
Yeah.
was that by my boyfriend who's like studies it and he's pretty familiar with it, is he said that there's basically at this point like a Cold War going on between like Iran and the Gulf states.
There is no Cold War going on. You can't compare the Cold War to friction in the Middle East between certain countries. Now,
No. Hold on. Yes, I can, and I can tell you why I can make that comparison. Because what I'm talking about is how
you
during
can't make the comparison. The Soviet Union was a fucking superpower, dude.
Listen. I can explain to you how the comparison somewhat makes sense. Okay, let me explain it at least. So what I'm saying, right, is that during the Cold War, America and Russia were essentially funding different groups here and there, but without actually sending any of their troops. There were proxy wars. So there are proxy wars going on right now between fucking Iran and the Gulf states.
Iran and the Gulf states. Okay.
Yes, there's a proxy war going on right now.
Which Gulf states? Be more specific.
Saudi Arabia to be like the one, basically the number one.
Yeah, it's funny you say that they're at war, yet they all unified when they were fighting against Israel. So I'm not really buying this because there was really no.
Let me explain it. Let me explain to you.
Now, let me explain it. There was never a situation during the Cold War in which we would have unified with the Soviets against Cuba or China or anybody else.
Hold on. Here's
well,
what
the Gulf states.
Okay, hold on.
If we're talking about like Oman and like Oman and UAE,
He
Kuwait.
said Saudi Arabia. He specifically said Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is the number one, but like those other ones too, like those other ones absolutely are, right?
How would you know? What do you know about the diplomatic relations between fucking Omar and Iran? How are you all of a sudden like an expert on this?
I'll explain. It's like I actually got somewhat fucking informed because I found out what's going on. But what I'm saying, right?
A king, like a king, right?
Okay, you're both fucking morons. Okay, I have graduate credit hours in fucking history. None of you.
Down.
None of you have studied the shit down in college.
Down. Fucking listen to me, all right? This is not fucking like. This is true information, all right? What I'm saying is that Syria is going through kind of a war right now. That whole area has a lot of different fucking rebel groups funded by different people. And if you look at who's funding these fucking rebel groups, right? It's Iran and Saudi Arabia.
What's your point?
What I'm saying, though, is that they're funding proxy wars right now. That is what's going on.
What's your point?
That is his point. He's just trying to say this.
So because a country gives money to some rebels or some guerrilla warriors in Africa or in the Middle East or wherever it is, somehow that defines a Cold War.
Yes, a Cold War.
Okay, that is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. Okay, moving on.
No, that's not. Okay, trolling. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
How is this any different?
No. Shut
How
the
is
fuck
this
up,
any
Dylan.
different? How is this any different from World War One when the fucking Persians were given arms from another country to attack somebody else? How is that any different?
No, shut the fuck up. Okay, you don't understand. Okay, I want to know, trolling. What was what I was saying?
I don't
Was that
understand. No, you just
No,
got somebody who does understand. I
down.
extinguish your bullshit fucking argument because it makes no sense. So because the United States gives money to a foreign army, because a country gives money to a foreign army, that all of a sudden becomes a proxy war, or a Cold War, as he calls it.
Because it's two different organizations, both putting in money.
Okay, so what
into
Cold
organizations
War,
that are
war is
fighting
going on over in
each
Africa?
other?
We've given lots of money to certain African conclaves, certain African armies over there. What Cold War is happening over in Africa, Jake? I want to hear about this.
I don't know.
Exactly, you don't fucking know. Just like you don't know about half the fucking Middle East either. So just shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Trolling. What I was asking you was what I was saying was this comparison that I used between, with basically me calling what's going on in Syria kind of like a Cold War. Do you think that's like a radical claim, or that's like an incorrect claim? Would you say I'm far off in saying that?
Look, man, America's always dabbled in the politics in the Middle East, right? But you've also got to understand too that countries, let's say Lebanon now again, they're up America's ass willingly, and they benefit from doing so. Same as Israel, same as Saudi Arabia, same as Turkey, same as Egypt. Do you know what I mean? So there's a willingness there. Is America fighting a proxy war? Then you could say they're fighting a proxy war with Russia, because then they're also getting arms from Russia, essentially, right? At the beginning. So if America was to go to war with Iran, I'm pretty sure Iran would lose eventually. Although Iran's very sophisticated, their nation, to believe it or not, they're not backward as you may think they are. Unless you got to maybe Google or YouTube videos on, say, a drive through Tehran, you'll go, oh fuck, it's like a modern city.
This is the best way. This is the best way I can actually explain it, right? The American versus Russia Cold War was a Cold War between capitalism and communism, but the Syrian kind of Cold War is actually, and that's the Gulf states. Sorry, the Gulf states versus Iran Cold War is essentially not necessarily capitalism versus communism, but it's Shia versus Shia.
Shia versus what?
Sorry, Sunni versus Shia. Sunni versus
Sunni
Shia.
versus Shia.
Yeah,
That makes no sense.
How does that not make sense? That's very true.
Why don't you tell me why it makes sense, and then I'll answer your question.
You're like a teacher, Dan.
I'm not fucking wrong. Hold on.
Look, man, that thing in Syria, right? I'm going to tell you, that's legitimate in the beginning anyway, right? How it started. You got to understand that Assad is a cunt, right? And I'm saying he's a cunt. And what happened is he started being a real cunt to the university students. And they had a protest one day, okay? And then they were leaving. And as they were leaving, they started getting shot at by the troops, Assad's troops.
You're talking about the Shah in Iran?
No, I'm talking about in Syria, in the beginning, what started off the war this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
that's-
ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to walk on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So that's how that started, man. But in the beginning, rightfully, the majority of the population, meaning 90%, got sick of the 10% fucking in charge, man, right? Which is fair enough. So in the beginning, America dropped weapons off and helped them, which I think was the right thing to do. But they couldn't take him, man. They still haven't taken him. They've tried. They've come close so many fucking times, though, man.
They cannot take Syria though. Ever since it had the backing of Russia. Period.
He was always in Damascus, right? His stronghold. But before that, they've got a town, this city called Latakia, right? It's up in the northwest, and it's on the seaport. And because it's a seaport, it's substantial power, and it's where the wealth is as well, obviously. And they're the Alawi minority that live there and the wealth. And that was his city, but they've taken that, for the most part, and now he's back in Damascus, but they still haven't taken him, man. But the quicker he goes...
Jake, there's no Cold War taking place between Sunni and Shia Muslims. Okay, trust me.
Okay, let me explain to you
No,
how.
you're not going to explain to me, dude. It's incredibly moronic to say that because there are both Sunnis and Shia currently in Iran. They're not like separated by fucking borders, dude. Like you're not making any sense.
But the government has picked a side.
For fuck's sake. So there's no Cold War happening with the Sunni and Shia, and that term should not even be used because it's not even the same as a Cold War that happened between Russia and the United States. Nowhere near.
That's not a Cold War. That's a religious thing, man.
It's a proxy war. It's a proxy war with religion.
Okay,
because Saudi Arabia. Hold on.
It might be a proxy war. It's not a proxy war, but let's say it is. That's still not like the Cold War. You're still wrong.
It's actually just based on religion, that thing, man. And Shia are the minority as well.
Let me explain it at least, okay? What I'm saying
Dude,
is
listen. No, you're not going to explain this. You're not going to explain this because over in Africa, when they want to fucking kill somebody, they kill somebody. They're not going to like have this little fucking dance around in little tutus and let the competing party just fucking sit there, even though they're the fucking minority. If there was a real proxy war against them, they'd be fucking dead by now. It'd be over.
Down. Okay, if you guys would shut up and just let me fucking explain the position at least, okay? I'm gonna do it real quick, okay? Saudi Arabia is funding which one is Saudi Arabia funding? Is it Shia
Why
or
don't
Sunni?
you tell us? Because you're the one that's
Sunni, man.
They're
Sunni, man.
They're Sunni, okay. So what I'm saying is
only Iran's Shia as a country, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying within Syria there are rebel groups that are funded by Sunnis, and there are rebel groups that are funded by Shias.
Dude, they're not gonna fight along lines of Sunni and Shia in fucking Syria.
Well,
they're gonna fight along the lines of: are you pro-Assad or are you not pro-Assad? They don't give a
understand.
Fuck. Dude, this is a fight for survival. They're not gonna risk their survival against a Sunni or against somebody who's Shia. Is not gonna risk their survival against somebody who's Sunni, and vice versa. Not in fucking Syria, dude. It's survival. You're either for Assad or shut up. Sugar, shut the fuck up. I'm talking.
You're yelling.
Shut the fuck up. You haven't said a word for an hour. You were not in this conversation.
You're yelling.
Shut the fuck up.
You're yelling.
That's nice.
Sweetheart, stop yelling.
That's nice. Go have a Polish sausage on me, okay? Now you're either going to be for Assad or against Assad, Jake. There's no convoluted Sunni or Shia shit happening. What are you talking about? Once Assad is toppled, Jake. Once Assad is toppled, then I can see lots of infighting among groups. But right now, it's you're pro-Assad or you're against Assad. There's no Sunni or Shia bullshit about this. You follow me?
Can I get Assad with a side of ranch?
See, Assad is an Alawi, Jake, right? We in English Alawite, but in Arabic you say Alawi. So an Alawi is how can I say it? It's also I think it's a Mahdi religion. It's like, how can I say it? It's kind of a branch off Shiaism in its roots. So the Shia will side with them religiously. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So so essentially, Assad's a Shia. They're just a different version of it. They're really weird, though, man. They're fucking weird.
Yeah,
Like,
but I guarantee you, there are people. Listen, it's like saying that because I'm Catholic, that I'm gonna go fucking fight for the Pope or some dumb shit like this. I guarantee you, there's plenty of Shia in fucking Syria that were fighting with the rebels against Assad. It comes down to they're more against Assad. They don't give a fuck about the religion. The religion is not the one using chemical.
That's the FSA, man.
Family and shit. It's fucking Assad. So they're not gonna give a fuck about. You make it sound like religion is like more important than your own family getting fucking killed by this crazy maniac, dude. They're gonna fucking be against Assad no matter if they have the same, if they're both Shia or not, Jake. This is what you're not understanding.
Especially in the beginning, FSA had Christians in it, had everything. They just had everything and anything just to get fucking people from overseas that were white. You know what I mean? Like joining them and fucking random shit. They're kind of like the Kurds, you know, in fighting ISIS kind of thing. You know, because Kurds are a mix as well. You get Muslim Kurds, they're a third Muslim.
And I guarantee fucking to you, there are Shia Kurds and fucking Sunni Kurds. And
yeah, they are. There are Shia Kurds. I know a Shia Kurd. I know a Sunni Shia.
I mean, Jake wasn't shit to sound like it's like you're either black or fucking white, and there's no people who have these fucking labels that are part of this different group and that different group. I mean, this is so stupid.
And coincidentally, they also get along because they are Kurdish as well. Even though they are all the different. Yeah, they're a third of each. And the other third is their own native traditional religion where they believe in their prophet that was like from 10,000 years ago.
Whoever the fuck told your fucking boyfriend this shit, whatever retarded professor told your boyfriend this, does not understand a single fucking thing about the Middle fucking East, period. He's a fucking moron. If somebody literally said in a college course that what's happening in the Middle East right now is similar to the Cold War, they are fucking retarded, period.
The only closest thing to a Cold War in the Middle East, for that analogy, the closest thing would be, let's say, the Iraq-Iran conflict, and then, I don't know, yeah.
Well, that was the Cold War. Like that happened during the Cold War. Saddam was doing that long before the Soviet Union capitulated. You know, he was fighting Iran back in the 80s when the Cold War was still happening.
They had tensions between each other and things like that. That would be the only closest thing I could think of, really. Yeah.
And with that too, though, like that had nothing to do with Sunni or Shia even back then. That was Saddam Hussein wanting to assert his dominance in the Middle East. Like, you know, you can't say that his Sunni or Shia background had a single fucking thing to do with any of his foreign policy at all. He was Saddam Hussein. His foreign policy and domestic policy was all done through Saddam Hussein and Saddam Hussein alone. The guy didn't give a fuck about religion. Same with Assad. You want to identify him as Shia or whatever the fuck it is. He's doing things as Assad, for Assad. He doesn't give a fuck about religion either. He wants control.
Yeah, that's true.
He might, you know, he's going to use religion to his advantage, absolutely. But the guy doesn't give a fuck about religion. And so that's why I'm saying the people that are fighting against him, there's no Sunni or Shia shit getting brought up. When they're fighting against him, we're fighting for him. You know, I'm sure the people fighting for him.
That doesn't really matter in Syria too, yeah. The whole religion thing, man, like, see, they don't, like, I'll give you an example, man, like, an everyday guy, like, just a dude like me, say, if I was in Syria, and you wouldn't be thinking, oh, he's a Shia, he's Shia. You don't care about it, man. You just think, fuck, this, and you got to be careful, man, because not only do you get Assad, but you get pro-Assad, and there also could be fucking Sunni, and fucking, you know what I mean? Oh, he's left. You scared him off. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I shut up and let you talk, and then he wasn't responding to you, so I don't know what his fucking problem is.
Yeah.
Like this is the issue with Americans. I heard this from somebody. I heard this from somebody. Why don't you do some fucking research on it, before you come out here and say that these are the fucking facts? Like, that is not the factual situation over there.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
The last fucking thing that you're going to be worrying about is which guy is Sunni and which guy is Shia. You're going to do whatever the fuck it takes to survive, period.
You'll know anyway. Like, that's not the problem, man. It's fucking, you just got to worry about fucking who's, like, a push from pro-Assad's or something, or like vice versa if you're on the other side. Do you know what I mean? And you won't know, you won't care, man. Like, all that religion, you won't even give a shit, man. Like, it's not a, like, fucking look at the FSA, man, right? For example, like, I just seen a documentary on them, and they're fighting fucking ISIS, who are Sunni as well, right? They're fighting ISIS on the west, and they're fighting on the east, and they're fighting the south and the north, fucking Assad. Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy. I don't know that.
Yeah. So they're Sunni as well. Someone did say that in the documentary. They go, that doesn't mean shit. Like, they're saying it doesn't mean anything. Like, they're saying that they're gonna kill us, man. Like, what the fuck?
Okay. A better comparison would be, and I wish Jake were still here, because had he been here, I would have said this. I would have said to him, dude, your comparison, Jake, makes as much sense as saying that the Americans that were Catholics in World War I would not kill the Germans that were Catholics in World War I. Like, and it didn't fucking matter. Dude. Yeah. There were tons of Catholic Germans. Like, a vast majority of them were Catholic, and a vast majority of Americans were Catholic on the battlefield, and we still killed the Germans. It didn't fucking matter. Go ahead.
That's right. No, absolutely. No, that's right. A Cold War wouldn't be the correct analogy to use in that term. It's not the right context.
I just think it's absolutely retarded, and also you can't like tell whether somebody is Sunni or Shia just from looking at them anyway. So I don't know.
No, you can't, man. You can't.
I'm very confused on how the fuck you have a proxy war with something like that.
How are you going to walk around Lebanon, right, and tell if the guy is Shia or Christian, Catholic, Sunni, or Druze? How are you going to tell, bro? Just say you're walking down the street. How are you going to know? Well, the first thing I would look for the most part, if the guy's wearing silver, just silver, he's probably a Muslim. Not necessarily, though. If the guy's wearing gold, it's a safe bet he's Christian. But not necessarily, because heaps of Muslims wear gold there. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that just maybe that would be the tool I would use, but you would never go up and ask him, are you Christian or what? Fucking no one does it, bro. No one walks around and goes, are you Muslim? Are you Muslim? Are you Shia or Sunni? They don't do that.
Yeah, I really fucking doubt that the Iranians want to pour like tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, into some bullshit fucking proxy war, where the only objective is to wipe out somebody who is fucking Sunni or Shia, whatever Iran is. I don't know what they fucking are. No one's gonna do that. Like that's fucking moronic.
Yeah, in Iran they have like different religions as well living there. They got Sunni, lots of Sunni, man. I've met Sunni Iranians, man. They're fucking got everything. I've met Jewish Iranians, Baha'is, fuck, you name it, man.
Yeah, Iran is more concerned. Iran is more concerned with having their dominance asserted as a I guess a superpower of the Middle East. They don't give a fuck about Sunni or Shia fucking bullshit. They just,
I think they're getting there though.
What's that?
They're really getting there. They're getting to nuclear level, man.
Well, dude, they already have nukes.
Yeah, I knew that America tried to shut them down with that virus.
Yeah, I know. All this bullshit, though, about them not being there yet, they already have nukes. They've had nukes for at least 10 years, if not more. I mean, come on, dude. India and Pakistan both have nukes. You're telling me that Iran doesn't? I'm not buying that shit.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
right.
It's a little shitbird country like Pakistan has fucking nukes. Iran has them.
That's right. That's right, man. And they've got the same amount of money, if not more. We got lots of oil there, man.
Well, yeah, Iran's got exactly. I mean, what does Pakistan even fucking do for money, dude? I mean, they don't have any oil
That's right.
fields.
What do they do? That's right. Think about it, man. Exactly.
Yeah,
They've got
Iran's got fucking shit tons of fucking oil, man, just like the Saudis. Yeah. Anyways, I couldn't sit there and have him say that it's all about the Sunnis, it's all about the Shia. That's a whole drive for the proxy war. They're trying to eliminate them and blah blah blah. No, I'm not buying that.
See, Iran not just helps religiously, they'll help Assad, but that's not their motive for helping him. They're helping him because he's the power of the next country across, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Well, two countries across, so it gives them stability and a bit of power. Plus,
well, they're also friendly with Russia as well. So of course Iran is going to be friendly towards Syria. I mean, they have a common ally, Russia. So
yeah, maybe they want to build a pipeline through there. Who knows?
And that is so fucked up. That is so fucked up that Russia, the former communist fucking Soviet Union, is going to be allies with these radical. I'm not even gonna say radical with these Muslims. Period. They're Muslims, and they're all fucked up. They're gonna be allies with countries that believe in that bullshit religion. I just can't believe it.
I just don't get them because Russia fight with Assad in Syria, but they also fight against ISIS with Australia and America. I don't get how that works, man.
Well, Assad is not pro-ISIS, though.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not pro-ISIS. He's anti-ISIS, though, as well.
Well, I don't know if he's anti-ISIS. I won't say that. I mean, I don't. He's only anti-ISIS if they try to fuck with him. He might kind of like ISIS fucking stuff elsewhere, to be honest.
I don't think he's got time to worry about him, man. Well, not. He's already fucked, man. The country is demolished. You know, he was just better off stepping down and leaving the country or something. A mansion in a fucking ruin.
I don't think he can leave the country if he wanted to, because I'm sure the Russians would kill him if he fucking stepped down and left. So they don't want him to step down and leave because they want him to stay in control so they can control him. If he leaves, that's going to jeopardize their position as well.
Fuck.
It's like once he's in, he's in. You know, it's like a game. You know, you can't fucking tap out.
That's true, isn't it? You reckon Russia's got him by the ball? I reckon he more than likely, yeah, because he's got fucking nothing left, man. He's got no military left. He's dependent on Russia for everything.
Yeah.
If they don't stop, he's fucked. You know that. They'll run right through his castle, man.
Yeah, Bulldog, you still there? Or you still there?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. Keep going. Don't stop. I'm enjoying it.
No, was I too direct to Jake when I shot him down on that Sunni and Shia bullshit, or what?
Yeah, but I never got to hear his response. He left.
Yeah, I know. I that's why I stopped talking and I let Vlad talk, and then as Vlad was talking, Jake left.
Yeah, no, I think he maybe felt that he was getting interrupted too many times, and then he had a dummy spit.
Yeah, he rage quit. That was a rage quit.
You know, or was he just plain tired? What was it? I don't know. Because I thought it was going good, you know, and then all of a sudden he just left, and I thought, well, maybe his phone fucked up. I don't know. I got no idea.
Yo, send him a message. Send him a message in the outside.
I can't. I don't have his phone number. Well, I probably got it somewhere under a mountain of papers.
No, on the outside chat in the hangout. Just tell him that Dan went to bed, and then see if he comes back in.
Well, you think Jake's that fucking stupid?
I think he might come back in because he's probably still watching this shit right now before he takes off. Just send him a message and tell him that I went to bed. I want to see if he pops in right away.
Well, Why don't I just ask him to come back anyway? See what happens. Let's have a look.
Yeah, but tell him that I went to bed as well.
I don't know. He might have even logged off. Who knows?
Yo, Vlad, you're right though. I mean, he's got no fucking army to speak of left. I mean, ISIS, if ISIS wanted to, they could have came in and knocked him out if Russia wasn't there.
Yeah, not now. ISIS is wiped out. Fuck, they're gone.
Look,
They've
yeah,
got nothing left.
just because they kicked him out of one town, they've still got fucking other towns that ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, ISIS is not knocked out, dude, at all by any means.
No, they're not wiped out, yeah, but they've got next to nothing left, though.
Okay, so what's your prediction then, mate? How long do you reckon before we don't hear it anymore in the media? 2 months?
You gotta
12
remember,
months?
this shit keeps changing its name. Before it was Al Qaeda, remember?
Oh, well, when we hear the fucking name change, then we can change topics. But until then, we've got to fucking, talk about
That's
fucking...
my indicator, though. Yeah, it's like, what it'll be another group that comes up, and slowly and surely all the rest will form with that one. So that's what will happen, just like how ISIS formed, man, in the same way. And Al Qaeda formed, and Al Shabaab formed, and all the rest of them. So I'm waiting for the next one. Fuck knows what that will be.
Just because you hear, they've been, because I saw it on the media a few days ago that, like they got him out of a particular town. But
Yeah.
hey, they occupy many towns, and guess what? There might be other towns that they don't occupy where they go, okay, let's go let's have a go at this fucking town.
Yeah. But that was
It's
more of a bigger town, bigger joint.
Yeah, but okay, they got him out of the town, but it's not like, oh, we got him out and we killed 5,000 of them. They probably
Talking
killed
about
fucking
the recent
of them.
Mosul.
They're still there.
They took Mosul before in the same way they did recently, and they did have fighters in there that they basically took back over the town once the Iraqi army left. This time they wiped them out. So that won't happen again.
No, they just drove them out. They didn't wipe them out. They fucking drove them out.
Yeah.
That's the way. Hey, listen, I saw the fucking news reports myself. It's like, they've taken it back from us. It's like, well, they didn't wipe them out. They just fucking drove them out. It means that, okay, they'll just go to the next fucking town and go, okay, let's fucking take over this fucking joint.
What I'm saying is, because they are dwindling, right, as a group, they'll just reform under a different banner. That's all I'm saying. Because that's what they do, man.
They don't need to. They're still going, hey, listen, you killed 10, right? Fine. But 5 people join. Kill 10 more, 5 more people join. So it's fucking like, okay, you got 10,000. You wipe out 7,000, but 2,000 join. So you're back up to 7 again. That's what it seems to be to me.
Like, they'll just make another group, man. You know this, though. That's going to eventually happen. That's what will happen. It always does, though. I'm just waiting for it. Like, whatever new one it'll be. So this one was ISIS. What's the next one going to be? There will be a next one. This is only the beginning. That's what you got to understand, man.
Oh, so basically what you're saying is we're not wiping them out. We're just making them change their names.
Yeah, you have to. They have to in order to survive.
Name. Okay.
They keep doing that, man. So before they were Al Qaeda, right? And ISIS actually were Al Qaeda and Al Nusra Front, which were like the Islamic branch of the FSA in its origins, man. So eventually, what's going to happen is they'll either disperse in smaller groups, and then rebuild into something bigger, because that's what Al Qaeda did, man. Al Qaeda were everywhere. They didn't really have a base. They kind of based a little bit in Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia, Yemen. They had a big stronghold in Yemen, and yeah, Syria as well. Who knows, man, what the next one will be. There will be another one, though. That's 100%.
I'm sure Down knows.
Oh, Rhodesy.
What?
Have you been listening all of this time, Rhodesy?
Yes, of course. The kings are talking. Why wouldn't I?
Well, the queens can talk.
Oh no, the queen's stupid, dumb as a rock. You know.
Well, you know as a rock.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Apparently I am.
Who says so?
Oh, doesn't matter.
Oh, it does when I'm talking to you. I need to know who's calling you dumb as a rock.
Oh no, dumb as a rock is a loose interpretation of what's really being said. But luckily, I just don't give a fuck.
What have they been saying about you, Rosie? You seem a bit upset.
Who, me? No, I wish I was upset.
Mm.
I wish I
You
gave a
sound
damn.
upset. You sound upset.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm a little annoyed, but I'm not upset.
Oh, okay. Annoyed and upset are two different things. Hang on a second. I want to continue this conversation. I'm just going to go get myself another beer.
Please go do that. Why making you, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to let beer hold me back.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Now, what's been upsetting?
And down corners. If you ever speak to me again like that, I will. Ugh.
Oh my God! Oh, yeah.
Knock that shit off.
Oh, he didn't suck that fucking teacher.
Yeah. I was trying to remember what you told me the other day about the orange oil. Was it orange? It was the orange essential oil, wasn't it? Or was it? I can't remember now. Remember what you were telling me? You.
Orange essential oils.
You were talking about making your own juice.
Oh yeah, for my juice. Yeah. Yes. Tron, you got a lot of feedback. Hang on a second. Yeah, a lot of feedback going through there. Sort that out. Yeah, the orange oils. Yes.
It was the orange essential oil, right?
Yes, that's it.
Going to try it.
Yeah, all you do is, put. Oh, it's trial and error actually. Like just put, some drops in there and, try it and then see what it tastes like. And if it's not strong enough, put some more in and you just go from there. That's what I did.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
But orange was I've tried lemon.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried lemon. You can really taste it, right? I mean, but smoking it and tasting lemon is two different things. Like I can, I like the bitterness of lemon, not all the time, obviously, but smoking it, you can still taste the lemon, but it's not the same as fucking biting into a lemon. It's totally different.
Yeah,
you can test it yourself.
You might have to lower the heat on it, on the lemon.
I did lower the heat so it doesn't burn it so much, but it never came through as a burnt taste. It just came through. It's a bit like the chocolate one, right? I bought chocolate from the supermarket, and smoking it and eating it is two different things. But the orange was the best one out of the lot.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna try it. And you didn't mix it with another oil, did you, or no? Like,
Oh yeah, I just added it. What I did
oh, that's
with
right.
the orange is to intensify. Like, so let's say I've got a shitty flavour,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, it's a bit bland. I just go, okay. I just put the oil in there, the orange,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, that's tastes heaps better
Yeah.
because you always get shitty ones.
I've got a really nice lemon meringue one, which is really yummy.
I'll tell you what I did because I always muck around with these things. I've got an apple one,
Oh yeah.
and you can really taste the apple. And I just put a few drops of orange in it,
Mhm.
and it's like, wow, that's made it even better. Like you can really, you can still taste the apple with a hint of orange. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not bad, that one.
I like apple.
Yeah, see, I never thought I'd like it. I only bought one bottle because I thought, I don't know, it might be like the lemon, you know.
Yeah.
But I can taste the apple, but the orange brings the sweetness out.
I like it. I have another one that's peach. It's really nice.
See, I buy a lot of custard ones,
Yeah.
and they're not all that good. You know, like there's custard ones. It's like, yeah, that one's shitty, or it's not shitty, but like, not that good.
I've got like
And then
a berries and cream. There's a Fruit Loops one or a Fruity Pebbles one that's really good. It's like the syrup. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like a cereal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I got one here, vanilla cheesecake.
Oh,
And
yeah. See, I don't like fake vanilla. Anything.
No, I know. But what I do with the ones what I like, well,
You could, you know what? You could add the lemon to that one. That would be good. Like
no, I don't want to. The lemon
like
one,
cheesecake.
I always add the orange to it. It's like now it's really nice. Now I like it now.
That would be good. That would be yummy.
Some things I always add the orange, and there's one where I got like it's supposed to imitate a real cigarette, and it probably does, but it's shitty, and it's sort of like hard on my throat. So to tone it down, I got a menthol, and I just add a few drops of that into it with a bit of orange, and it's like, oh, now it's turned it into a not so bad one. It's toned down the raspiness, and it's sweetened it up a bit.
I've got a berries and mint. That's a really good one. I bet the orange would go nice with that. Because it's really minty like menthol.
Man, you know what I've been doing lately? Because I always got like
besides masturbation.
I know. I'll tell you what I've got all these. They're not empty bottles. They might have like 1 ml left into them. So I'll tell you what I did. I thought, well, there's always a bit of liquid left over, and I put them into a big plastic bag. And what I did a couple of weeks ago, I emptied them all into one bottle, and I smoked it. I went, fucking hell, I tell you what, there must be about 20 different liquids in here, and it tastes fucking brilliant.
I bet it was like a party in your mouth.
I didn't even add any orange. I just says I'll never be able to replicate it, but it's fucking not a bad flavour. It's fucking not. I can't describe it, but it's fucking not bad.
It's like when you do the sodas, a little bit of each one, like suicide they call it. It was just a big party in your mouth, wasn't it?
Oh man!
Everybody was coming.
And it wasn't like I was choosing the liquids. I was just adding them willy-nilly. I was just emptying the bottle, and it's like, okay, if that one's got half a mil and that one's got a mil, okay, fine, it doesn't matter. Instead of throwing away the bottles, and I think to myself, oh, fuck, some of these bottles could be worth $15. I don't want to throw them away. Now I've only got about 5 or 6 bottles left in the plastic bag. I'm thinking, well, I might build up my stockpile again and do that all over again because it was fucking brilliant.
Good.
I
might try it myself.
I said, do it. I tell you what, you'll be surprised. for me, it came out good.
What's wrong
I
with you?
don't know.
Are you taking drugs? If you're not taking
Me?
drugs, you need to start. If you are taking drugs, you need to stop. Something's wrong with you. Something is not right. What's going on?
I need to take more drugs.
Yes.
That's why I said to myself, that's why I need a short Sharpie, and that's why I cracked open a bottle, and I thought, let's have some fun.
I agree.
Now, I need to know who's been doing your videos. Who's been doing the intros?
Oh, I do all that cringy work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What program do you use?
I have several of them.
Well, which one do you use the most, or which one do you recommend? Because I'm looking at it, I was going, there's a lot of time and effort being put into this. It's almost like you've been getting other people to do it for you.
Nope, I do it all myself. Can't you tell how shoddy it is? Other people.
What do you mean? I was saying to myself, hang on a second. They're pretty good intros that you do. So I was just wondering what programs you. Okay, well,
I'll tell you. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Let me get the little thing right here. So the one that I use a lot is called. What do you have? An iPhone or you have an Android?
What's it called again?
No, do you have an Android or an iPhone?
For me, I don't use Androids or iPhones. I just use my computer.
Oh, okay. I think but my apps are all on the cell phone, so they're cell apps.
Yeah, but you don't make those videos on your phone. You use a computer.
Oh, I can use my computer, I can use my laptop, or I can use my phone. I do plenty of those videos on my phone.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you're doing the intros and all that, and you're putting all that together.
Yes, you can do it all in iMovie or Filmora or Filmora Go or whatever. Those are all have phone apps. And let's see what else. I've got several that I use, but I primarily use iMovie. And iMovie has a little. You can either do a movie or a trailer, which is really nice. One of the videos I have is actually just a trailer. It's one of the first ones. It's the one that kind of explains what I'm doing. It's a short one. Let's see. That's iMovie. And let's see. Here is this one. Oh, where is it? Okay, so there's Filmora Go, and that has a lot of different filters, and that has all the you can make intros on there. It's got pre-made it's got the transitions, it's got all the titles and stuff like that are already pre-done. You just fill in the blanks. You just put whatever word you want in there, and it draws it for you.
Because I've noticed in your intros there's a lot of things going in. Like there's pictures fading in and out. There's words.
Intro Designer Lite is or just actually Intro Designer, and that one is for iMovie though, but it's on the phone. There's several called Intro Maker or Intro Mate. If you have an iPhone, those are all iPhone apps. They're really, really convenient. There's one that's called Thumbnail Maker. There is Video Ninja.
Yeah, but why have you got so many? Like, why do you need so many? It's not like you're going to be, going into the film industry.
No, but I was trying them all out to see which one I liked best.
Well, okay, so which one do you like the best?
Well, I haven't tried them all yet, but I'm working my way through them.
Tried, which one would you say out of the ones you have tried, not the ones you haven't tried, which one's the best?
Well, like I said, I primarily use the Intro Designer. That one. And I don't know whether it comes in a Android. All you have to do is Google this stuff. Let me see what I can find for you.
Intro Maker, yeah.
Yeah. If you just go into the App Store or Google Play, that's pretty. There's stuff called Video Effects, and that's got all kinds of stuff in there. There's things called typography that do text and stuff over video. There's all kinds of different stuff.
Because this takes
Video
lot-
maker.
Because what the reason why I'm asking you is because these, you know, like to make a well, I don't know, a 5-minute video can take you, you know, hours sometimes. You know, like cut,
Yes.
paste, paste.
Way hours. Yes.
You know, and that's what turned me off. You know.
Yeah. Well, this makes it a little easier, and like a film, it used to be called Wondershare or Filmora. Filmora is really good. It's not free, but it's good. There's another one called Hit Film or Film Hit 3 or something. It's free and it's on the internet. You don't even have to download software, and you can buy all kinds of plugins and stuff for it. Even just the basic program is pretty good. Now, and you can look up any of these things on YouTube. There's tutorials for all of them that'll show you what to do.
Oh yeah, I know that, but like, did you go through a lot of trial and error?
Yeah, what do you think I've been doing the last couple of years?
Well, I don't know. Most of it, I've noticed you just come on Hangouts and start chatting away.
Not much anymore. I'm persona non grata most places.
You know.
There's
I think to some extent,
effects. Sorry.
I think to some extent, all of us in here are persona non grata somewhere.
Yeah,
Probably all in
exactly.
the same places.
Yeah. Tonight I've, of course, I got the horror type stuff, which I always love. And there's
Damn, I wish I'd get that.
I know. And then Antonio came right out. All I said was, "What's this?" Or I said, "What is this?" And then the next question was, "Sugar, how do you feel about black guys?" I went, "The fuck kind of question is that?" I wouldn't answer it.
It's a racist question.
That's exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. He goes, answer the question. I said, "Why am I going to answer the question? It's obviously a leading question that's meant to paint me as a racist with no other conversation with it." No. Well, then you're a racist. Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but you do stir up a lot of problems around G+.
I know.
You know?
And what is it that I'm doing?
Oh, well, just, you know, like being alive, I suppose. I don't know.
I know it. It's a hard responsibility, but someone's got to do it.
You know what I've noticed also, and I've noticed this, I caught on to this about 4 or 5, 6 months ago, and I can't remember the conversation you were with, right? I don't remember, but it was you and a Christian. I don't know who it was, but I do
Carlos.
remember, I vaguely remember, because you weren't going over to their side, they started spewing hate on you.
Carlos.
You know, like, because...
It's Carlos.
Yes, that's it, Carlos. Yes, that's it. Yes.
It was
yes.
in Antonio's. Yeah, I think he was the other one that was in there with Antonio right then, yeah.
Oh, yes, I remember that. And I thought to myself, and I was just watching, I didn't comment, I didn't do anything, and I thought to myself, oh, because you're not one of them, now he's against you, and he was spewing the fucking, you know, like, you're a bitch and all this, and you should come over to ours.
Yeah, primarily I'm nice. You know, I don't usually get in people's face about that. They don't
but
like
I noticed it. I picked it straight away, but I didn't comment, and I just thought, I want to see how this plays out. But Carlos was fucking like, oh man, I can really tell. You know, like,
he freaks out. Yeah, it's like I frighten him. It's like he's walked in. You know.
Now he's against you, and he was spewing the fucking, you know, like, you're a bitch and all this, and you should come here. And
primarily I'm nice. You know, I don't usually get in people's way about that. They don't
I noticed it. I picked straight away, but I didn't comment, and I just thought, I want to see how this plays
mindful of
out.
other
But
people, to care
Carlos
about
was
people's
fucking
existence.
like,
that only
oh
Christians
man,
are good.
I can really tell.
You know, I mean, I'm not perfect.
You know,
We all know that. He freaks out. I represent.